Worst, bro. This is one of those things that you just can't script in a normal show. In a professional show, you would think we would have found a better way for me to get to this desk. And maybe in a professional show, we wouldn't have Mario sounds play after.
That's not Mario.
That sounded a little Mario.
Okay.
That's a little Mario-y.
No,
Ooh,
here.
ASAP rap, dog. No one told you this is a punk show now?
Alright, let's get this show started. Let's go. You playing again?
Nah, I was just teasing you.
Let's go!
Alright, fuck.
It's time to go!
Dude, can we fight instead of do this show?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Endgame Show. After our week of absence.
I got on a car crash. Sorry.
Gary got a car crash. This is the Endgame Show. In case you didn't know, we talk about the video game news and our opinions about it. My name is Alex, and that is Gary right next to me.
This is all true facts that you were saying. I'm not going to interrupt, except for right now.
We would like to welcome you guys back to the show.
Hey guys, what's up?
How you guys doing? How you doing, Garrett?
Well, as I mentioned, there was a car accident involved, so that made me a little sad this week. But
okay,
I want to let you know that I'm back better than ever, and I'm not going to let it hold me down. So how about them apples?
How many people did you kill?
It's a dark story, dude. I got 0. The fuck?
Hey, man, I gotta get to the bottom of
that
this.
cut deep, man.
I'm gonna
that cut deep. Oh yeah. Please silence the rocker. My phone died, and you know me, bro. I gotta get my new releases. So as I try to do.
What game is this? This game looks sick.
Oh, is that our show right now?
Fun, dude.
Bro, but if people didn't know, this is the Endgame Show live every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST, which is Pacific Standard Time, on twitch.tv/consultation, as well as bit.ly/andgamesYT. All these links are below. Hey, you can follow us on Twitter at andgames, ANNDGAMES, and you will also find a link to this live show because we like to put it everywhere for everyone to enjoy. Yay! Except for you, Mixer. Shut the fuck up.
Mixer would never happen.
Maybe. You never know. I once mixed up a nice little pot pie and fed it to some people and they enjoyed. So maybe we should stop being so prejudiced to other types of mixers. You know? No? Not doing it for you?
It's been a long day.
Hey, man, I agree with that. Let's get on to the new releases. My name's Gary at Yogurt, YOGRTT, and this is one part of the show, if you didn't know, that Alex lets me take the reins. You know, fill out the bike. Go on a joyride. Do a little stuff with your hair in the winds. You never know. I'm feeling boppy today, bro. Let's fucking do this.
All right. You have way more energy than me. Please take it away.
Yahoo! No? Hey, okay. Can we just cancel the show and do a contest where I do a Mario sound and then you do a Mario sound and then we just give each other scores and see if we can get better?
Nope. Not happening.
No? All right, cool.
Not happening.
I didn't want to do it anyways because who likes to have fun here, right?
I'd probably lose.
But yeah, the new relationships in my life are very dire and non-existent. So hit me up. I need a prom date. New releases for the week of September 7th, 2017. The time is flying. The year is 3/4 over, and now we have all the good games to play in this fall. Coming to PS4 this week, out on yesterday, Destiny 2. What? Knack 2. What? What? 2 very short titles with the number 2 afterwards? Man, you would think that this is the time of year where we would start getting sequels from games that came out in the first year of the PS4 cycle, huh? You know what I mean? I thought about that. I was like, dude, it's so weird that Knack came out like around the launch of the PS4, and so did Destiny. And now we're finally at a point where we can have games that we'd only played on next-gen consoles and now have a sequel. Like, Uncharted had 3 different iterations on the PS3, and there's no franchise that I really felt like actually came out new and also had sequels that iterated on it. And Destiny's kind of the first one, and I just saw Knack there, so I figured that even further proves the point. Because it's not like we're going to be getting a... What was that fucking game on Xbox One Quantum Break. It's not like we're getting a Quantum Break 2, and that's kind of in the same vein where it's like, these are new titles. We're not getting a Sunset Overdrive 2. We would have heard about that right now. So this is kind of the first one. Destiny 2 out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, not on PC yet. Definitely not on Switch. Kind of a bummer. But Knack 2 actually came out on September 5th, 2017. Destiny 2 is holding an 88 on PS4 on Metacritic. And that is probably the highest score. Yeah, it's the highest score right now. Knack 2 is holding a 71. Also out this past week is Urawaru Mask of Truth.
Oh my god.
What?
Sorry, not you.
You all right, dude?
I'm yawning so much.
Also, a game that we missed from last week that I do want to shout out is Life is Strange Before the Storm Episode 1. That was out on August 31st on pretty much every platform. It came out on Xbox One. Besides Destiny, that is the most recent release. So just to kind of backtrack from ones that we maybe missed last week, if you own an Xbox One, there's also Resident Evil: Revelations holding a 79, Killing Floor 2, Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition, and F1 2017 all came out in the last week of August. They're actually all green. We usually see Xbox Ones have a little bit lower Metacritic scores, even for like multi-platform titles. But these are games that are available other places, but they're holding the best scores on Xbox, and that's why they're being shown there. So shout out to you guys. If you own one, the Switch, League of Evil is the most recent title from the 31st of August, and Mario plus Rabbids still grinding. The PC, Tyranny: Bastard's Wound, Tokyo Dark, The Last Day of June are all the most recent ones, as well as Life is Strange Episode 1. Monster Hunter Stories came out tomorrow, actually, on the 3DS, so I'll shout that one out. Go play your 3DS if you don't have a Switch, and if you do have a Switch, go throw your 3DS in the nearest lake. PlayStation Vita, nothing. That is
Are you
it.
sure? I know for sure tomorrow there's going to be a Vita game.
Is it physical?
Yes.
Okay, tell me.
It's
I
called
heard about this, right?
It's called.
Isn't it like Cat Dance or some bullshit?
It's like Girl Drivers or something, like Driver Girls.
This isn't the one I'm talking about. No, I was thinking of Licky the Lizard or something like that. I didn't even make that up. Licky the Lizard is definitely a thing. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Girl Drivers, I think that's what it's called.
Lizard.
Coming out tomorrow. No,
Okay.
not
Girl Drivers.
Not Girl Drivers.
Girl Drivers sounds like a very polarizing topic in 2017.
I know what it is. It's something.
I love Girl Drivers.
It's something Driver Girls.
Yeah, so Licky the Lizard Lives Again is the most recent release that I have on Vita, and that came out 3 days ago, but it's a digital title.
Drive Girls, that's what it's called.
Drive Girls, not much better. Maybe not much better. Baby Driver / Drive Girls. Oh, is that one of the Drive women?
I think so.
Is that one of the Drive ladies?
Oh, pussyspace.com, Drive Girls.
Wait, pussyspace.com is the website that reviewed
you put it. Look, you put in Drive Girls.
Oh, and it's just a bunch of porn.
And then like the second to last one is the IGN article for the actual game.
That's gonna sell millions. Record breaking. Amazing. Not a new game to the world, but a new game to me is PUBG. Could I maybe go into my time with that so far?
Sure.
So PUBG, I actually played on a PC for the first time in never, pretty much, because that doesn't happen, right? Never. What, Alex? Tell me. Was it my very casual catch? And I was actually pulling it off quite well.
Please,
up until the point where you laughed at me.
Please go on with your PUBG.
And I had the tears stroke down my cheek. And then the really sad Final Fantasy music played. No, but PUBG, that's not a game that I really would normally play. But after every single week, we had to talk about it because there were so many damn news stories going on about it that something broke in me. And I paid $30 and got in that early access on my PC. And holy shit, guys, it's no joke. Like, the only thing that makes me wish what makes me wish that I had friends is when I play this game and realize that I'm not having as much fun as I could, because I can clearly start telling that like the clan version of this game's like are what really makes it. Mm-hmm. Like if I had a team of 4 and we were all against other teams of 4 or however it works, like that's where I think it gets really fun. Being by yourself, there's no time where it's not fun, but like I was explaining to you, it's highlighted heavily on like moment to moments. Whereas, like, a bunch of shit has to come together to where all these variables interplay to where it's like, holy shit, without that guy playing and that guy playing, we would have never crossed paths like this. And that was the most interesting and intriguing thing I've done with a video game thus far. Like, there was one moment where I saw a motorcyclist go by. I'm in a truck, and we're both trying to get across the bridge because we're fucking far from where the map's gonna go, and we're gonna start getting hurt by the wall. So we're just speeding, and like I'm speeding, but like it sounds like I have two motors in my car out of nowhere because I'm wearing my headphones, like my Beats or whatever, and I used them as a. People are gonna gas me for using Beats as a gaming headset. Fuck. But I had those on, and then I start hearing that my motors. I have two motors. I'm like, wait a second, my car only has one motor. So I stop. Because I'm Sherlock Holmes, and I see another motor with a motorcycle just go right by me. So I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna get him. I was streaming, so I was like, guys, let's go get him. Like we're gonna fuck his day up, easy, run his ass over, right? This guy pulls some weird Wolverine origins, puts his fucking claws into the ground, spins the bike down, jumps off, grabs a shotgun, starts shooting at me as I'm like distances away where I'm just gonna run him over. Just let me do it, man. I just want to have fun and play. I go after him. He shoots me like inches away. I die, but my car is already committed to hitting him. So I die and then hit him and then hit him off the bridge. And then my car hits the edge of the bridge, which I didn't realize if you hit the bridge at a high enough speed, you'll just fly through the windshield. And I just flew through the windshield too. And like everyone on stream was like, bro, like was flipping out. And like that was not talented. I got 54th out of 99, but that was the most reaction anyone gave because it was all these things coming together to pay off in this like thing that you can't script. And that game is so unscripted and I love it. And I just want Alex to play with me because I just want friends.
I don't have a PC.
I know, but once Xbox One early access, are we going to get that Xbox back going? What? What? Woo!
This guy's a lot of energy right now. A lot of energy. I had a lot of energy like an hour ago, but now I'm fucking dying.
Fun fact, Ruffum almost was on the show, so best love to Ruffums. Shout it out. My mom almost sneezed her face off, apparently. Yeah. So take the show away, bro.
Okay, real quick, I want to start off with the news titles, but then I'm gonna do this news title and ask you a question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
PUBG sales hit 10 million and it's far outpacing Dota 2 for Steam's #1 spot. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is a confirmed breakaway hit, and the shooter continues to pick up steam. Aha, see, get it? It has now hit a major milestone, surpassing 10 million copies sold on PC. Today's announcement, which was September 5th,
God damn it.
suggests game sales are really speeding up. At Gamescom in August, its creator Brendan Green revealed the game had sold 8 million copies at that point. PUBG has hit another milestone too. On August 27th, for the first time, it became the biggest game on Steam in terms of concurrent players, temporarily surpassing Dota 2. PUBG is now far outpacing Dota 2 today. Its peak player count was over 962,000 compared with 72,000 for Dota 2.
Pass me the phone.
That isn't an all-time record, as Dota 2 has topped 1 million before, but PUBG might get there yet. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds still in early access, and its success is likely to just keep growing. Developer Bluehole intends to release on an Xbox version in late 2017 with Microsoft as its publisher. Despite the Microsoft announcement, developer Bluehole has announced suggested it may come to another console too, although it's not talking specifics at the time.
Take a shot every time Alex says Bluehole.
Is this?
Yo,
can this?
What's up?
Be the most successful game of all time?
I think so. No, not all. Okay. So what you just said, you said successful.
Is this early? Keep in mind, 10 million early access.
Well, my
10 million early access.
Yeah, but what you're saying
10 million early access
on
son.
PC. On PC.
On PC alone.
It got me to play it on PC.
On PC alone.
And the last
son.
game I played on PC was when Minecraft was on early access in 2009. Like, there's a reason I play like only certain games on PC. It's because enough people yell at me to play them. You know what I mean? Like Minecraft, same idea. We haven't seen a game like this with PUBG since Minecraft. You know what I mean? Like, as far as continuously selling this rapidly, it can't be on the MPD charts at the end of the month because it's still in early access, like you're fucking echoing. And it's coming to Xbox, and I assume it's coming to PlayStation afterwards. It's really intense, man. It's really intense to look at these numbers. I don't know if that makes it the most successful game. I think it could be the biggest game as far as numbers goes. I don't know how to you get what I'm saying? Like, success is like, okay, if you made
10
Journey,
million in early access.
but if you're Journey and you're a smaller budget and you sell 15 million, like, I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying, like, what if Journey sold 5 million units and they made that game for way less. They have a way higher profit margin. Does that make it more successful?
10 million? Just kidding.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? That's what I'm trying to say is like, what is most successful? If you want to ask me right now, I will say yes, but I'm gonna also say it's the biggest game.
This is when did Minecraft become such a hit? 2014, 2013.
Yeah, 2013. I would say is 2012 might have been when it finally came to PS3.
This is this year's Minecraft, or
Yes.
2012's whatever Minecraft. This is the big hit. This is what everyone's playing, and once it goes to console, everybody and their little mamas are gonna come and go to GameStops and go to Targets and go to
We just haven't seen one this
Best
big.
Buys. They're gonna pick up this game because this game is gonna be the most successful and the biggest game out this fall, or maybe next year, or even for 2 years to come, 3 years down the road, just like Minecraft is. I think this is probably this year, like 2012's, 2013's Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen games like last year. We saw Ark Survival Evolved. That was a big deal, but it's not comparable to this.
No.
It's like those are games that are early access. That game's actually releasing for real next month. But when we look at this, dude, you can't compare 10 fucking million like you're saying, bro. No one can like bat an eye at that and be like, oh yeah, it's all right. Like, no, this is a huge deal. It's not gonna stop. It's definitely gonna pass Dota 2 on Steam. And once it comes everywhere, dude, it's one of those games where we could be seeing like 10 years from now when it finally is on NPD for 5 years, it's still the top selling game because there's still a kid every single fucking day that's buying that game, just like GTA 5. And like it even more proves the whole idea of games with service, Like if you have a service around your game where that game isn't a story, you can't ever, like I said, there's nothing scripted in that game. It's all unscripted. It's just based off what you do and how people do, like what other people do as well and how it all like comes together. And like that's the game. And that in itself can never get old as long as they keep iterating. So I'm excited for him.
Me too.
Yep.
Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think it will be the most successful game, or the biggest game? Let's say 2018.
In our lives,
because not everyone has a PC that can run it.
No.
So 2018. Let us know.
Honestly, I'm surprised mine. Like I because I haven't played PC, so it was like finally I was in a place where it was like
you gotta test it with Overwatch.
What?
You'll know where your PC can run if you can play Overwatch on that damn thing.
Okay, cool.
Because Overwatch, you need fucking everything. You need like
really
a good rig to run it.
Is that true?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Battlegrounds is like an 8-bit game.
What about fuck you? No, it's not. What about Team Fortress 2? What if you can run that?
Nah.
You can run anything on Team Fortress 2. That was a joke. Because Overwatch is just a copy of Team Fortress 2.
Anyway.
What's up?
Following several delays, Microsoft admits Crackdown 3 was announced too early.
Oh. Just because they admit it doesn't mean that we didn't already know.
Crackdown 3 was announced way back in 2014, only a few months after the Xbox was released. However, just recently the game was delayed until spring 2018.
Really?
Now, Microsoft says that it made a mistake in announcing the game as early as it did. In an interview with Polygon, Microsoft Studio Publishing General Manager Shannon Loftus said that in her opinion, the game was announced prematurely. She remarked that it's been more difficult than anticipated to get Crackdown 3's game modes up to high quality. Mm-hmm. I quote, "We definitely underestimated the challenge of making sure the quality bar of all 3 of those modes was high, and it delivers on what we need to deliver on. So we had to take the extra time and make sure that we're delivering the game that Crackdown fans want. It was super hard decision to make, and it was made harder because we announced the game."
Does this make it better in your eyes?
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
I was about to say that. So was this statement released just to kind of comfort the fans? Like, hey, like, it's Microsoft's fault, for announcing too early. We're sorry. If it was up to us, we wouldn't have announced the game. That's basically what they're telling the fans. They're comforting the fans. Like, hey, it's okay. Like, I'm sorry. We're sorry. It's coming out soon. We didn't want it to be released. Get announced, but it is what it is.
In a world where we thought that No Man's Sky was going to come out in 2013, it's just like that, dude, where it's like everyone comes out, they hype it up, they show a lot of CGI trailers, but everyone in the background, as far as journalists, are saying, hey, it's not coming out as soon as you think. Hey, Final Fantasy VII Remake can't possibly be out next year. Hey, just because the goofy voice actor in 2015 for Kingdom Hearts was like, hey, look, guys, It's going to fucking come out this year. Just be ready. I already did my lines. You say gorsh, and then you go home and get a paycheck.
Yeah.
Like, why would you think that means the game's coming out this year? And this game still isn't out. Like, we have a problem in the games industry at the moment where we're talking about games too early when they're not even a full concept as a product. And that's why, Alex. Even PlayStation does it. They do it in a way to where they make me feel like they're better than everybody else. But everybody across the board has this problem unless you're in early access.
This year's E3, PlayStation just announcing games that are coming out next year. There's no fall release dates besides Uncharted Lost Legacy, but that's not really fall. It's a summer game. I mean,
and those games are probably going to get delayed, and those are games that were probably promised in 2017, like God of War was when it was debuted. You know, just shit like that, where you're just like, "What do you guys? Why? We know
it's part of the game industry now. You know,
it's just to hype it up, get the pre-orders, because the minute that game's announced, there's an Amazon page for it. There's not even box art finalized yet. They're like, "Hey, we're worth your $60. We promise. Don't you worry, we're the best." And it's like, well, I've been burned too many times, and unless you're really playing an online-only game, there's no reason to pre-order a game. If it's online only and you really believe in it, then I think you should pre-order it because that gives the developers a gauge of how strong they need to make their servers on day one so they're not crashing. And if you can actually give a good sample size of what the people who are going to play your game on day one via the pre-orders, then you probably have a good marketing strategy and you probably didn't have it drag on too long because you'd announced it early. So there's a lot of variables to where those things would line up. It's like almost every fucking game, unless you're a small indie title, is announced way too early.
Just beating what is it called?
A dead horse.
Beating dead horse with all this shit.
Yeah. So I just kind of relayed the same message.
Yeah.
It's like it's like only indies.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. Nintendo loses Wii remote patent lawsuit, ordered to pay out. Guess how much?
$10 million.
$10 million. Woo-wee.
In a world where I got $10 million.
As with anything as popular as the Wii, Nintendo has faced numerous lawsuits over the years regarding its home console. Woo-wee. One such case came to a close just this week, at least for now, with the jury ruling against Nintendo and ordering it to pay $10 million. This particular lawsuit was first filed by the tech company iLife in Texas District Court back in 2013. It alleged that Nintendo had infringed on patents owned by iLife, claiming devices like the Wii Remote, and Wii U contained systems or web methods for body movement detection, body movement evaluation, body movement analysis, receiving body movement signals, analyzing body movement signals, responding to body movement signals, and remotely monitoring body movement signals.
Are there signals from the body movement?
It was one of several such lawsuits iLife filed around that time. It's unclear what exactly iLife has used its patents for, and there were questions at the time if it was functioning as a patent troll. Despite that, the jury in that case against Nintendo has not reached a verdict, finding it did indeed infringe on one specific patent. As a result, Nintendo has been ordered to pay iLife $10.1 million, far less than the nearly $150 million iLife originally sought. Damn. As to be expected, Nintendo said that it plans to appeal, meaning this process is not at its end. I quote, on August 31st, 2017, a jury in Texas found that certain Wii and Wii U video game systems and software bundles infringed a patent belonging to iLife Technologies Incorporated, related to detecting if a person has fallen down, end quote. Nintendo said in a statement shared with GameStop, first reported by Glixel, I quote, the jury awarded iLife $10 million in damages. Nintendo disagrees with the decision, as Nintendo does not infringe iLife's patent and the patent is invalid. Nintendo looks forward to raising those issues with the district court and with the Court of Appeals.
Do you have my gavel?
I didn't bring it today.
Order in the court. Order. Fuck. What the fuck? Like,
$10 million.
Yeah, can you really picture someone just being like, 4 cases of the Wii? The Wii versus the people? Like, you know what I mean? It's just such a weird, I don't know what voice that is, but like, I'm trying to think of like high court justice or something. I don't know. I'm more than just a jester, you know? Like, I was just trying to act like I wore silk back in the day in the Renaissance. Like I was of worthiness. But no, man, these things are always weird to me because they're always so far after the product was released. Like we had a whole console in between this, let alone it was the shortest life cycle probably any console's felt. But, you know, that's something to still... That's a thing. This is so far removed that it took this long. It's cool to see if they actually did steal the idea and made it that popular, because we're not just talking about like the PlayStation 4, where that's a really fast selling console. We're talking about the Wii, which is like my grandma had a Wii, and like everybody had a Wii, to where it's like if it was any other console, there's almost an argument to be made, but because that title, that console became such a household name that everyone had one, that it's just like nomenclature now. And it's like, well, no, there's money to be given to these people, and $10 million is a fucking fraction of over 100 million copies or units sold of a $250 console, plus all the software. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's a small sum in reality, but it's kind of I don't care because it's so far removed.
So what about if I told you somebody filed a sued Nintendo for switching their Switch idea? What did I say?
Switching their Switch idea.
So
I don't
suing
know.
for the Switch, so basically.
We're switching the Switch idea to the Switch.
Let me pull this article up real quick. Nintendo Switch.
While he does that, I will let you know that this show's brought to you by GameFlyOffer.com. Go on over to GameFlyOffer.com/andgames, and you will get 1 free month of a free video game rental from GameFly, plus a return envelope, so you can send it back real safely. GameFlyOffer.com/andgames.
That was a very, very good commercial.
I always wanted to be like one of those dudes who's like, if you take Lunex, it will kill you. Do not take Lunex when you're driving. If you take Lunex, you will fucking
kill
die.
you.
If you take Lunex and have pancreatic issues, that is on your own count. If you have a children who is above the age of 5, you probably should not be taking Lunex. You should be watching your children. Go to school, eat hard, play hard. Lunex.
Okay, I'm trying to fucking load this shit up, but
Negative.
Internet's scary.
I mean, there's a thing where there's lawsuits every day, but none of them ever work out this way. So it's kind of interesting to see this now.
Nintendo sued over alleged patent violations in the Switch's design.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo Switch console has been wildly successful since its release early last year. While many owners love the hybrid's portable nature, one accessory maker believes Nintendo has copied patent features from a... It's cut off. I can't fucking read the rest of it because this shit is not loading. We need better Wi-Fi for the office.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So, long story short, somebody sued Nintendo for basically stealing the Switch idea. And I think they're asking for $100 million, something like that.
Okay.
Now, is that more interesting for you now? Because now the Switch is now the it thing now. Would you care more? Do you care more now about that? Of course, right? Because it's the new thing. It's new.
Yeah.
But can it be just a troll? Can it just be like another lawsuit? Like, oh, it's no big deal. Nintendo's gonna win this thing. Let's move on to the next subject. If you think that, let's fucking move on. Because I don't think Nintendo's gonna lose either of the lawsuits, or maybe even the first one.
I'm gonna make my feelings quick. It's basically whenever there's a new idea that's the hot new thing, someone out there is gonna say that they made it up first and that they got it stolen from. So there's always gonna be lawsuits that carry out like this. But to see one that carries over for about over 10 years and actually ends up paying out means that guy probably actually felt slighted enough to pay millions and millions of dollars in lawyers to keep that going.
Exactly, yeah.
So for this guy, we'll see if this one actually pans out. I don't think it will because it's too early to tell with the Switch. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's an idiot. I just read that someone sued The Conjuring for like $1 billion because the Conjuring's based off of a certain book, and the guy got no credits for them basing it off of a book. And he waited until they made a whole Conjuring universe based off The Conjuring. And since the first movie in that whole universe, where we have The Nun, we have Annabelle, all these movies are in the same Conjuring universe, because that guy waited. After all these movies made millions, and every single Conjuring universe movie has made millions and millions and millions, because they only cost $3 to $5 million to maybe $10 million, maybe 30 if it's The Conjuring 2. But these movies are turning out hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. With a profit like that, you have money to spend. That guy waited until the whole thing grossed like $3 billion or some bullshit, and he's just like, oh no, that's my idea, and now that it's worth more, I get a bigger cut of that money. So if this guy waited for the Switch to sell better, it's almost like he would get more money. Because he's blowing his load right now, Nintendo could just slide him a check for $1 million and just keep selling Switches. No problem. They could do this behind the scenes and we won't know. And that's the crazy thing about lawsuits.
Lawsuits. Get you one.
Can't live with him. Can't live without him.
Let me ask you a question, Garrett. And the audience watching. Thank you for watching, guys.
Yeah.
Hit that follow
Shout out
button.
to everybody.
Hit that follow button, or go to YouTube. Go to our YouTube page.
All the links are down here. Support the show if you can. Like I said, GameFlyOffer.com/andgames.
Do you guys like free stuff?
Always.
You have an Xbox One, right?
I do. Do you see the dust? It was white. It might be a little gray now because of all the dust that it's collecting.
September's free Xbox One and 360 games with gold out now.
Damn, really?
Let's check out what you guys
Time
gonna get.
of year, guys. Or time of month.
On Xbox One, Forza Motorsport 5 Game of the Year edition is now free, while Hydro Thunder Hurricane is free on Xbox 360. Also of note is that one of August 2017's Game of the Gold titles, Trials Fusion, will continue to be free until September 15th. Later in the month, Oxenfree will go free on Xbox One and Battlefield 3 for the 360.
Nice.
Xbox 360 games with gold titles play on Xbox One through backwards compatible.
Hmm.
So Forza 5 is all month. Oxenfree is from the 16th to the 15th of October. And then
Mic check.
PlayStation. There we go. There we go. Child of Light,
Nice.
Europe only.
Fuck.
yeah. That's like
European friends, seriously, go check it out. I might have to go make myself a European PSN account to get one of those.
Hateful Boyfriend, Infamous Second Son,
Nice.
Strike Vector X, North America only.
Mm-hmm.
We Are Doomed.
Mm-hmm.
Those are your PS4 September free PlayStation Plus games.
Can I just come in real quick?
Go ahead. Go
Hey,
ahead.
so
Give it to me.
just to base it, like for the point, and I know it was like kind of a dumb point to you maybe, but I really am interested that like we're now in the point in the life cycle, which is like the halfway point where we start seeing sequels to games that started in the life cycle. And now we're also getting a game that was basically a PS4 launch title for free in Infamous Second Son. And that's a full $60 game. That's a full Infamous game. And that's just exciting to me because it just means that like we're really in the fucking weeds with this shit now. We're going to start getting such cool stuff, man. Like everyone's just going to learn from the games that existed on this console generation. And we're like about to get to the point where like, I don't know, Anthem might be the standard. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
next E3, if every game looks pretty much close to Anthem level, then like I wouldn't be too surprised because we're in a point now where they know the PS4 and they know how to best make a game to utilize the power of that technology. And that's what's exciting.
PS3, Handball 16, Truck Racer,
Mm-hmm.
and the Vita, Hateful Boyfriend, and We Are Doomed. So those are cross-play with PS4.
Oh, no, I won't do that.
What is it?
I was going to try and add a accent to hateful.
Please don't.
I won't.
You like deals, Garrett?
Always. I mean, boy, do I.
This week's Xbox One 360 deals. This week's Xbox One and Xbox 360 deals with gold discounts revealed. Let's check it out. On Xbox One, Alien Isolation is down to $7.50, while the Mega Man Legacy Collection is $6. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is $5.
All right.
Resident Evil 7 is $36, and Devil May Cry Definitive Edition is only $10.
Interesting.
360 Bayonetta's $5. Spec Ops: The Line is $6. The Darkness 2 $6. Sniper Ghost Warrior $7.
Most importantly.
Crazy Taxi $250.
Yep.
That's pretty badass.
I read that they were trying to make a Crazy Taxi movie a while back.
Really?
And I like really like started thinking like, could I just quit my job and write the Crazy Taxi script? That I would love to. That Hawaiian shirt is badass. Never buttoned. Never.
This week's PS4, PS3, and Vita deals have been revealed as well. Let's see. PS4, Dark Souls 2, Skull of the First Sin, and Dark Souls 3 are both on sale in the PlayStation Store this week.
Dude,
the former
is not easy. That was flawless. Nice, dude. I read the releases and I can't even hit Dark's First Sin or whatever the fuck you just did. That was fuck yeah, dude. You want to just take my segment?
The former retails for $12, and the standard edition, the latter, costs $24. PS4 owners can also pick up Dark Souls 3 Deluxe Edition for $42.49, while the Game Season Pass runs for only $15. Beyond those sales, RPG fans can download Tales of Berseria for $36. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is on sale for $36, and its Deluxe Edition is only $54. Other games are on sale. Arcade Game Series 3 in 1 pack, $2. Digimon World Next Order, $36. Get Even is $21. God Eater 2 Rage Burst is $15. Little Nightmares, $14 for the standard, $24 for complete edition. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto, $35. Project Cars is a complete edition, $16. That was pretty hard to actually get down.
I just wanted to say fucking nerds.
I know, seriously.
Some Will Droke shit. Shout out to my friend Will Droke.
PS3 owners could also pick up Dark Souls 2 at a discount for $11, and the expanded Scholar of the First Sin edition runs for $15. Also on sale is Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch for $5. The original Dragon Ball Xenoverse for $9, and Pac-Man Museum for $4.
$9 Xenoverse ain't bad.
Vita owners.
Most important, greatest motherfucking console in the world.
The 5 of you guys out there can pick up Touch My Katamari for $3. J-Stars Victory Versus Plus for $8, and God Eater 2 Rage Burst for $10. Pretty good sales there. If you guys have any of those systems, go pick it up. We're going to wrap it back to PUBG. I think this is a great article. I think this is very, 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 very great for the community and for hopefully the future.
Just gaming. Just setting
gaming,
a precedent.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, yeah. PUBG creator doesn't plan to raise price. Says game could reach 100 million users.
And he don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck, dude. The success of PlayerUnknown's Battleground has been swift and massive. Released on Steam Early Access, we all know this already. PlayerUnknown himself, Brandon Green, has said it might be possible for the title to reach League of Legends-like success when it comes to player figures. Let's see. He says, our sales curves are just going up. They're not slowing down. I'm still waiting for that plateau, and it's just not happening yet. When he asks about growth on PC, I just look at League of Legends. 100 million active users a month. I think something stupid like that. If we play our cards right, maybe we could get to that level of users. End quote. And 10 million copies sold Battlegrounds, which cost only $30, could have brought in as much as $300 million in revenue. Green also said in the interview that there are no plans to raise the price of Battlegrounds for its official release when it leaves early access. Another popular early access game, Ark Survival Involved, raised its price from $30 to $60 for its official release, and this generated some amount of controversy. For Battlegrounds, there is no plan to raise the price right now, but that could change, Green said. I quote, we're happy. $30 is a good price for what you're getting, and this is a game that could last for 5 or 10 years. You're buying into something bigger than just a year-long game, he explained.
Exactly.
I think this is fucking amazing. I hope it stays at $30. Ark Survival, when it came out on physical, was having major server issues on the physical. Major. I'm not saying like not
when it came out physically.
When it came out physically,
that's so lame, man. I don't
That's
even know
so
how to
whack.
wrap my head around that.
So
You can't
whack.
justify that.
So whack. But I mean, I think this is really good. I think he is setting maybe hopefully a tone of where, you know, if don't raise your games. Do you see more stuff added to the game? Like, what's this game missing?
This game,
Battlegrounds. What is it
I would
missing?
say just a map, a couple maps. It's pretty much the same map, dude.
Yeah.
It is the same map. I don't think I've ever played on a different map, and correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe the shit's switched, like with buildings, but the map's so big that it's hard for me to really remember that. But definitely it's always that same island, bridge, big ass island, you know, beaches in the top left corner. Like, just I know where everything is. Like, as far as like landmarks, there's a river going into it. It opens up on the left side, top of the map. Like, all of that is consistent every single fucking time.
I mean, there's still glitches, of course, right? There's still glitches.
Yeah, but it's just there's no real. What was that? That was some weird noises. But fucking, I was like grasping.
It's just like
air.
it's an early access game.
It's just that it's technically clunky. Like,
yes.
just playing it the way you're watching the characters move, it's so clear that it's not a Last of Us animation. Or Nathan Drake's fucking lasso ain't whipping every time you jump. You know what I mean? Like that. Those physics aren't there in that game. But as far as glitches, dude, I haven't really felt any. And I don't know. Like, I was expecting me to like. Okay, no, there's ones where like the only ones that I've seen is where like a door like I open a door with F on the keyboard. And then it's like a wide open room, and there's like stuff on the floor, but there's an imaginary wall blocking me.
Oh, awesome! There's an imaginary wall. I'm trying to get through the wall.
Fuck you, dude. Why are you calling me a nerd for this first time that I ever play a PC game, bro? Why?
Nerd. I'm not calling you.
Hey, dude.
I'm happy for you.
Hey, man, you're hurting my feelings. I don't like it.
You think PUBG will ever get 100 million?
Has any game ever hit 100 million?
I mean, League of Legends.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said. I think that's what he said.
But that game's free, right?
Yeah.
So is Dota.
So would it be way more impressive than a $30 game reach 100 million? Fuck yeah, Will. It's fucking sick for gaming. I think actually Ghost Recon is dropping a DLC related to this. I think there's actually a GTA 5 modder made a fucking PUBG like mod where you could play PUBG in GTA 5.
Really?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This game is taking off. This game is
GTA 5 they put out the update, bro. Where there's a PUBG now.
Oh, it's an update.
Mode. Yeah, it's a straight up mode, dude. It's not even a mod. They straight rip that bitch off, but it's like not as good. It's still like 12v12. Like,
oh yeah, of course.
You can't have 100 people on a map. But if they sold 100 million copies at $30, this is not how math works in games, but if they got 100% of all those $30, they will have made
billion.
Is that a billion?
That's billions.
Yeah, $3 billion
They're going to Sizzler.
in revenue. Oh,
They're
fuck
going
yeah,
to
they're
Sizzler.
buying a couple Sizzlers, I would assume.
I'm
It's
excited.
crazy, dude.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too,
for
and that's
PUBG.
not including microtransactions and just the exposure that game's getting.
exposure.
I don't know. I'll be excited to see if there's like a competitive side to this too. But I don't know. What's up?
It's that time, Garrett.
Topic.
3 topics of the show for you. Not 1, not 2, but 3.
Peace out, homie.
As soon as this fucking loads up, because Garrett's Wi-Fi hates my ass.
While he's doing that, this show is brought to you by GameflyOffer.com/games. You can go over to GameflyOffer.com/games. Get yourself 1 free game this month and a return envelope.
Got it.
Send it on back. GameflyOffer.com/games.
FIFA 18 dev explains why Switch version has cut modes off the Switch version.
You're getting cut off, bitch.
Okay, this bear with me, okay, guys?
Mhm.
This is kind of a long article and it's fucking pretty stupid. FIFA 18 producer Andre Lazarascu, has come forward explain why the EA's upcoming Switch port is lacking several noteworthy features found in the Xbox One, PS4, and PC versions. With regard to Ultimate Team, which is basically you create your own team, let's call him Laz, told Eurogamer that the team feared the large amount of content might overwhelm.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dude, this is not good. I'm gonna throw my computer out there. Fuck it. Wait, bear with me. Sorry, this fucking.
Once again, there's plenty of merch available at bit.ly/CR shop. I think it's on that side. It has to be. Right? Right? Yeah, maybe. Would it be on that side? I would say. Say the ads right there. But yeah, you could also go over to gameplayover.com/games.
There we go. Sorry. Goddamn ads.
The
The team has feared the large amount of content might overwhelm Switch players who haven't grown accustomed to all the features that have been progressively added over the years. I quote, "If you look at the history of Ultimate Team on the likes of Sony or Microsoft, I think it's a 7-year history if I recall correctly. If you throw everything from the get-go to a completely new player base, you might not get the desired result." End quote. As such, the FUT Champions, which is the FIFA Ultimate Team Champions, and the Squad Battles features were cut from Ultimate Team. But Laz thinks players will mind because he sees the Switch as a more social platform. I quote, "I look at them as 2 different games, 2 different worlds, and I think we should take them for what they are." End quote. Keep in mind that we should not try to force people onto certain things just because it works on a certain platform, he added. End quote. According to Laz, the studio considers the Switch version of FIFA 18 to be a bit of an experiment and is open to creating a more robust version of the game in the future. For more on the Switch version of FIFA 18, blah, blah, blah. And also the Journey, which is the single-player mode, won't be on the Switch.
So, is this... Okay. So, before I tell you how I feel, why don't I ask you this question?
Please.
Does this definitely not make you want to play it? Or do you agree with them as the diehard FIFA player on console that they're talking about and saying that they don't want to overwhelm the people? Do you feel like as someone who's in that camp and you're switching over to console, do you not like that, or do you respect it because there is a lot to learn with FIFA?
Okay, let me get back to you real quick. I'll ask that question.
Oh, there's more.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Yeah, I just saw this right now. Because FIFA 18 for Switch won't run on Frostbite, which is the engine that they run on PS4, PC, and Xbox One. It won't include the Journey mode, which is their big single-player mode, My Career, all that stuff. Let's see. Frostbite game engine technology and the Journey Hunter Returns mode are available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC platform versions only, not all features available on all platforms. Switch is conspicuous in its absence. It's unclear exactly what it means for the Nintendo version of FIFA 18. In terms of features, it seems to be closer to the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions of the game. However, ex-EA executive Peter Moore previously said that FIFA was being custom built for Switch, which might allow for better base performance. Okay, so back to your question.
So it's basically knowing that this is a lesser version, and their excuse is that they don't want to overwhelm people because they have a very diehard fan base that's already been accustomed to this year after year. And
this is a fucking mobile version of the game.
Yeah, but is it?
Yes.
Okay.
If it's not gonna have what makes FIFA ring, or what's the word I'm looking for? If it doesn't make FIFA, if it doesn't have what FIFA is known for, then like it's a mobile version of the game.
Okay. So I interpreted that as you always thought it was going to be a mobile version of the game, so you shouldn't expect more. So that's why I said, is it? So you're saying that like it's a mobile game now because it doesn't have the full package. Is that what you're saying? And is that a bad thing or a good thing?
It's a terrible thing.
Terrible thing. Okay, thank you. Next piece of info. NBA 2K18, excluding 2 minor features. I forget what they are, but there's something so fucking minute. Is the exact same game. On console, same exact game on Switch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that only further proves that they didn't have to do this. There's fundamentally what is different. If you're already going to make it a separate port, you have to have another studio work on it. You have to have another team work on it to develop it for it. But if you're going to argue that FIFA 18, like, oh, we can't overwhelm the people, but then you have a sports game made by like a rival company in EA or 2K, I mean, and bro, like they have everything,
yeah,
and you
2K.
can't say that they're not similar. At least of how, like, at least the body space, I would think it's still one team against another team, an overarching camera, some zoom in shots in between plays. Like, I don't see how that engine can run it, but this engine can't as far as power. But your excuse of saying that we can't handle it is bullshit, because that's how you get people actually to want to play a game for the first time, especially when it's a new audience on the Switch. Nintendo hasn't really had time with FIFA.
I rather them release it with everything on it and maybe be buggy or maybe be even shit.
Definitely.
Because at least you guys trying to put that product out there.
We're giving it a chance.
Giving it a
or
chance.
You're giving us a chance.
You know,
a chance.
And so I don't know what they're saying by like, we don't want to force people onto this kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that I shouldn't buy a Switch? Or are you telling me to buy a PS4 and Xbox One if I want to get the full? Are you just making a arcade soccer game just so I could play it on the go?
Because there's mobile versions of those.
Like, exactly, yeah. You could play it on your phone. You could download it on iPhones. You could do that on your phone.
I believe there's a FIFA 17 on the iPhone.
Yeah, you could fucking download a game on your phone. Why would I want that on a bigger screen? That just doesn't make any sense, man. This shit is very frustrating.
Especially when we've had Vita versions. And as
Yeah,
someone
there you
who
go,
would
yeah.
play the Vita versions of like MLB and shit, it's like, I know that this isn't the best version, but at least they made it like it was syncable. Like you could still play on the same, like you could play on PS3 and have the Vita version. They wouldn't necessarily like match up, but they still felt like the same games to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if there was a big mode missing, but I could still fucking play a whole season. You're saying there's no single player really for this FIFA? At least in the way that we know what it is in modern day FIFA games? That's ridiculous. What's up, K_DK_K, who just joined us in the chat? What's up, man? Yeah, man, I don't know. I was just thinking about that. So it's like, if NBA 2K18 can run this, then FIFA 18 can run this. You guys just didn't want to spend the money and didn't think people would buy it and didn't believe in it. That's all it is.
Then why the fuck make the game for the Switch?
To make the money and to just make Nintendo happy. I'm sure Nintendo had to pay some money, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Let us in the comment section below, guys, what you guys think about this ridiculous news. On to the next one, which is probably pretty exciting for most. Rockstar's LA Noire releasing for PS4 and Xbox One with some improvements. Rockstar Games today, which was today, made a big and unexpected announcement.
Breaking news
about its 2011 investigation game. Is it La Noire or LA Noire?
It's LA.
LA, right? Okay, cool. It's coming to many platforms this November.
Although I wish I said La, so then you did the whole story and at the end.
I know.
I was like, oh, it's LA, by the way.
The 1940 set game will launch for PS4 and Xbox One November 14th, while it's also coming to Nintendo Switch. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but a modified version of the crime game will be available on that date in a virtual reality on HTC Vive in a package called LA Noire The VR case files.
It's a little interesting. I mean,
That's dope.
at least if you're bringing a game back, at least do it like this, where there's something a little bit new.
That's dope.
It's only on PC, but still, man, it's still something.
Noire for PS4 and Xbox One comes with the full version of the original game and all DLC, along with expected updates such as better graphics. This includes enhanced lighting and clouds, new cinematic camera angles, high-resolution textures, and more. The game will output at native 1080p for PS4 and Xbox One, and in 4K on PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. Noire was developed by Australian studio Team Bondi. However, that developer has since closed. Rockstar did not say which team or teams made the new version of the game, which they are they're very secretive on that kind of shit.
Always.
We've contacted the publisher for comment. We'll update this post with anything we hear back. For its part, Rockstar said it will have more details to share on the new versions of Noire in the weeks ahead, so keep checking back for more.
Nice.
Noire originally launched on PS3 and Xbox 360 in May 2011 before coming to PC in November of that year. You play as LA Police Detective Cole Phelps, who's performed by Mad Men actor Aaron Stan. Among the cases you investigate is the horrifying Black Dahlia murders, and GameSpot's Noire review scored it a 9 out of 10.
So
I never played Noire. I always wanted to play LA Noire, but I'm fucking really stoked about it. I'm really cool about this.
So you are actually really excited.
Yeah, I am.
All
This
right.
is cool.
That's
And
cool.
1940s.
I'm
I'm stoked with that kind of era.
Hey, I'm happy for you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
No worries. Is this leading to something
Ooh.
like a sequel?
Oh.
Cause or maybe the game that was announced but never came to be, Agent. That's what it was called. Being made by Rockstar North, was supposed to come out on PS3. Never happened. What if Agent got switched into LA Noire 2? Conspiracy theories and games. What's up?
Announced at E3 2018?
LA Noire 2? I think they got to get...
Oh, no. Well, they're not at E3. They never go to E3.
They never go to E3, but there's always been this kind of rumor where it's like Rockstar still owes PS like PlayStation an exclusive because of that game. It was supposed to only be on PS3, and then it never came out. But there was always like statements that it was supposed to be a PS3 exclusive. Like if you look it up, it'll say like upcoming game, and then it says PS3 is the platform. I believe it's always said that. It makes me fucking laugh because it's like, how far back is that like written that everyone just forgot about this game? But this game still exists, and there was a contract involved because people did say so. There's fucking logos. You know what I mean? Like all this was real. It just never happened. It never got finished. So by no means am I really being serious that LA Noire 2 just became from the bare bones of Agent. But there is something to be said that like this could be ramping up to something, and maybe LA Noire 2 is a PlayStation 4 exclusive, and they just want to get Red Dead out in the fall and then announce it at Sony's stage at E3 2018.
If you're right, I'll give you $100.
Really?
Yep.
All right. Episode 46 is pretty good, dude.
On to the next one, the
Yes, sir.
king of them all. Here is the undisputed
topic
heavyweight topic of the show.
money. Mayweather.
Oh my God.
No.
Destiny 2, guys, ladies and gentlemen, it is
Destiny
here.
Money
It is
2.
on our PlayStations. It is our hearts.
Nice. I like that.
It is in our minds. It is in our penises and vaginas.
Especially the penis and the vaginas.
But without server issues. Or launch issues, I should say. It's 2017 and we still have launch issues. What do you think about that? Real quick, give me one word. One word, that's all I want to hear, and I'll get into this fucking shit.
Well, one word. One word.
One word.
Say it again.
One word, 2017 launch issues.
Buggy.
Say bullshit, but anyway.
Buggy.
Anyway.
It's a play on word.
Buggy. Okay, here we go, guys. Destiny 2 known launch issues on PS4 and Xbox One outlined, including PS4 Pro crashes. Why the fuck are games crashing on the goddamn PS4 Pro? This isn't the first game. All right, here we go. Fuck, man.
I thought they were supposed to be pros. Am I right?
Destiny 2 launch has largely been very smooth. Some short waits and server queues aside, but there are a number of other mostly minor issues that have already been discovered. Bungie themselves has provided a list of those that it's aware of. In some cases, it has tips to help resolve or avoid them.
Okay.
Perhaps the most notable one is concerning the Nightfall Strike. This high-end activity is available now, and if you're powerful enough to attempt to tackle it, you want to make sure you create a fire team before jumping in. That's because people who join in on Progress Nightfall may not qualify for completion of the activity, meaning they won't receive the rewards for finishing. For now, creating a fire team and then launching the Nightfall is a way to ensure that doesn't happen. Also worth calling out is an issues on Nessus. Falling off the cliff in the sunken caverns can cause your ghost to be placed in an area that blocks progression of activities. If that happens, you may have to head back to orbit and then come back to Nessus in order to proceed. Bungie also said it's aware of problems that cause the cabbage error code to pop up. An issue when the first item in your inventory can be moved to the vault and crashes for PS4 Pro players. The full list of known issues follow below, or you can see them on Bungie's forums. There's no word on how soon these will be resolved, but presumably additional problems will arise as players spend more time on the game. So destinations, cinematics, armor perks, activities, memorialization,
Interesting.
inventory, subclasses, user interface.
These are all categories of bugs?
Bugs.
Jesus. I mean, it's a big game, so you think people are just making a big, like, a list like this, but they wouldn't do it for, like, ukulele? You know what I mean? Like, would you really list it
Don't
out
forget the server issues.
I didn't forget.
Don't forget about the server issues.
All right.
It is 2017, people.
Yeah.
2017.
You tell them.
And we cannot get some damn good launch servers?
Fuck no. We're not going to stand for this.
What the fuck
We're going to
is
fuck
going
your fucking
on?
shit up. We're going to come through, take your asshole, and just fucking show you that we don't want no server issues. This ain't no fucking diner. I ain't gonna have no issues with my server without talking to your manager. Hell no. Destiny 2, sit the fuck down. Am I right? We'll fucking get him.
Okay, all right. Anyway.
Endgame show.
Yeah, Endgame show. Welcome to the Endgame show.
Gameflyoffer.com.
So, why do we have these issues on day one, my son? Why? Answer that question for me. Destiny 2 PS4 errors reported. Bungie investigating problems. Updated. It has been fixed today, this morning at 5:45. But I just don't understand why we have problems. So last night I was trying to play Destiny 2. This was for the PS4. PS4 was having problems. You would get this message. You have lost connection to the Destiny 2 servers. Your permission to access online multiplayer gameplay may have changed for your profile, or may have been signed in elsewhere. I gave that all night. I got home 9:45. Couldn't even play.
Really?
Couldn't even play. The servers were
no problems. I played last night and I had no problem.
What time did you play?
Before 9:30.
Yeah, exactly.
But
why.
I would have thought it would have been opposite, because like I figured everyone was getting home like I did, get the package out of the mail, have to wait for it to upload. Everyone just got off of work. Games come out on Wednesdays, people are working, so I figured everyone would pile up the servers. I thought I was gonna hit that. Had no problems. Didn't play that long, but yeah, you're right. I did not play at the same time.
It's for the PS4. It was mainly PS4 errors, so it's mainly the PS4 servers.
Vanilla PS4?
Wasn't talking about it. Yeah, vanilla PS4.
So did the Pro not be affected?
No, the PS4. Sorry, the PSN. There we go.
Got
PSN.
you. Okay, got you.
The whole
Sorry.
network.
That's I called it vanilla PS4, but that was like terrible. Never mind.
It's okay. It's all right.
The PS4 small.
This is very tough for me, man. This is very frustrating. I know bugs are gonna happen. I know day one patch is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I know it's part of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I know this. I've been playing video games for a very long time, and I know this. But back in the day, it was such an easier time. You get the game, you have no updates, man. You just plug it in, and play. If it's fucked up, it's fucked up. If it's fine, it's fine. But like,
that was do or die back then, man.
But what is going on? What's so different now? Is it because the hardware is different? It's just there's just so much. There's so much that goes along with it. Is it the internet? Is it what? It's a deal. I know you don't have the answer, but like.
My opinion is
your
that...
opinion, please, dude. And shine some light on this.
Games with service. That's the only thing. This isn't... It's not like only games with service have these problems. But the games that are based around a service and are based around online players playing in a match and playing around and online connectivity and all these different things, there's a lot to take on. Because, like I said, dude, Destiny 2, they have no excuse. They're too big. But when you have a game like this where there's so many variables and it's dependent upon people playing and like matchmaking, there's a lot of variables that can go wrong on day one if you don't properly anticipate the size of like the amount of people that are going to try and like get on your servers, because you can crash the servers. Destiny 2, this is a game that's funded by Bungie, and like they should have no problem getting as many servers as they need. This shouldn't be a problem. This is bullshit, to be honest. And this kind of maybe plays back to the idea that they don't have dedicated servers. They don't have dedicated servers, so their servers can crash a lot easier than some games will. Call of Duty, not as big of a deal because they have dedicated servers, which means that it's more of a local drive than like a Wi-Fi. It's like plugging in an Ethernet, from what I understand, or connecting to Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi can be spotty, as you see with our news articles throughout the show. But like if we had a hard wire in there, unless the hard wire snaps or someone cuts the line, it's a little bit like it's possible to like lose connection that way, but it's not as possible. Destiny 2, I don't know. I just think that everyone's getting too comfortable. Developers are getting too comfortable. They're putting out their games too early. Back in the day, you would ship a fucking cartridge, and that was it. You never updated your game. So why are the standards of like what is acceptable and what is not changing? I don't know. I think we're just more accepting of broken games. We still pre-order them. We still buy them. Just because we don't pre-order games like everybody else, or just because we don't stand for this and we say that we're going to shove our fists up your assholes, it doesn't mean that the rest of the people like actually do it. We have to vote with our wallets, and we have to like, that's literally the best advice, is just don't fucking buy their next game. And like, I know that's hard because we both are playing Destiny 2 while talking about it. And I'm excited to go play Destiny 2 after this, after I just talked about how buggy it is, you know, and that's a problem with how we are. But I want to play Destiny 2, and I'm not going to deprive myself of that. But it's one of those things where it's like, for all these people such as yourself who just wanted to get online last night and couldn't, why? It wasn't Xbox. It was just PlayStation.
It was the PSN, yeah.
So it was PSN's problem.
But then again, like day one, you know, Tuesday night. I mean, everyone was having problems. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what system you work. But last night, particularly, was PSN.
Gotcha.
But I mean, like I said, this just you're right.
It shouldn't be going on.
It shouldn't be going on. Developers just getting too comfortable. They're like, okay, you know, it will pass. Like it doesn't just happen. Like I said, it's just games in general. Like MLB 17 was the worst, man. The fucking worst like month. It was terrible. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, dude, like how do you release a game like this, man? Like I how do you not have servers to back this up? You know how popular it is. People pre-order, and the reason why people pre-order is because the vendor should, to give the vendor an idea of how popular the game is gonna sell. Mm-hmm. Like these should know, man. Like it's Destiny 2. Like even before E3, before it was getting announced, you know, people were stoked about it. Like you have to be ready to go. You know, I know it's part of gaming. I know. Don't tell me it's part of gaming. You know, it is what it is. It's part.
That doesn't mean it's acceptable.
Exactly. You
We're supposed to grow and learn from our problems.
And that's what people get. Like I said, people get too comfortable. Like oh, it's just gaming, man. Like it happens. You know, whatever. Don't worry about it. Like no, that's the problem. You guys are not worrying about it too much, man. It's gonna keep on going. It's gonna keep on going until the world ends, which is gonna be pretty soon because fucking
2012 is coming, guys. 2012 is here.
All right, enough of the bad. Destiny 2, enough of the bad. Destiny 2 reaches millions of players.
Fuck Destiny.
Yeah,
you broke my heart.
Now it's gonna be Destiny 2 reaches millions of players already.
Destiny.
Oh wow. Bungie's highly anticipated shooter sequel Destiny 2 launched this week for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and it was a massive success, it seems. In a blog post today, Bungie said millions of players have jumped into the game and reached the new social space, the farm, in just 2 days since the game launched on September 6th. Oh. I mean, millions is no exact number, but whatever.
Good for them.
Developer wanted to say that expects more players to pick up the games in the days and weeks ahead, and promised there will be many more activities to play in the future. Good. Destiny 2 launches for PC in October, so games sales stand to grow further still when the game is released through Blizzard's Battle.net next month. Is this the most anticipated game? Shooter?
I think Battlefront actually outweighs it, man.
Dude, I think so too, man.
I really, really do. And I don't know if I don't think I had that opinion at the beginning of the year or even last year, but there's something about This launch was big, but it was only big to the same people. It felt like it doesn't feel like Destiny 2 reached out to people.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like it just got the same people who were playing Destiny last week, like vanilla Destiny.
Yep.
And that's the weird thing, and I think it also plays into the problems where it's like we have to take into consideration that not all of Bungie was able to just like it wasn't like they finished Destiny like 2 years ago and was like, all right, guys, everyone, we're moving on to Destiny 2. That's our next project. Starting tomorrow, we're going to start that. We're done with Destiny. It's like, no, they had to maintain servers. They had to continuously put shit out throughout this year. That's the problem with games of service is that you have to start pushing. Like, the team for Destiny 2 probably started off as like, what, 20% of the company? And then as 2014 ended, it was now 40%. And then as 2015 ended, it was now 50%. And then they probably got to what? 70%, but still there was that 30% who wasn't fully developing for Destiny 2. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying, regardless, that's a fact. Not everyone was working on it in order to keep Destiny up and running. But at what cost? At what cost? Apparently nothing, because we're still going to fucking have millions of people buy the game and play it. But when you're on every fucking platform except for PC yet, and the Switch, and the greatest console ever, the Vita. But when you're on as many consoles, it's not a big deal that you're one of the biggest third-party games of the summer, a sequel to one of the biggest games on this generation of consoles, and you're saying, we sold 1 million. Like, of course you have fucking million players, bro. Like, you're on 2 of the biggest consoles in the world. And you're the sequel to one of the biggest games that we've had since this console generation started. So
I think when companies, developers say that millions of people, they just want to kind of.
They mean total people.
They're like, come on, come.
Doesn't mean at once.
Come buy the game, guys. Millions of people are playing it. You know, like you guys have to jump onto this. You know, all this stuff.
So if they were really rolling in the millions, they don't feel like they would have had to say that.
Exactly. I think so. Yeah. I think
that's a cool point. I like that point. It's just one of those things where it's like. It's always the thing where they say, like, the Xbox One X has sold, like, X amount of copies. And then you really look at the fine print. It's like, oh, they didn't say sold, dude. They said shipped. And shipped means that they shipped X amount of copies to the retailers. That doesn't mean the retailers are selling the fucking copies. That's what you say when your console's not selling well.
Yeah.
You give out the ship numbers because that means we produced this many. Only 70% have actually sold. But you know what I mean? Like, that's how you inflate your numbers. Same type of shit where it's like millions. Even reading that in the context of the article, just putting quotations just sounds like it's super ambiguous, and it's not as big of a flashy title as like PUBG saying 10 million, because it's like, oh, yeah, that's a game that I don't expect to have 10 million people buy. So that's interesting.
All right, and then I think you're the only one at this table who actually played Destiny.
Yeah, due to server issues.
Before we head out,
what I thought.
What give me your impressions. What does this feel like? You and I played a lot of the first Destiny on the PS4. And
we had a lot of fun. I think like as far as PS4 times, like that was like really really fun. That Rocket League are like my favorite memories between us, just like jamming out on games, dude. Overwatch too, but you kind of found your own little competitive team where it's like I fell off on that and I never came back because. You got your own little pro team. I was in the chat on Saturday and I was just like, I join you, but y'all are, what did I say? Oh, y'all are on some like ESPN 8, the Ocho shit. Like I could totally see that playing on ESPN 8, the Ocho. But shout out to the movie Dodgeball. But Destiny 2. I want to say I played a lot of hours of Destiny 1. But since Destiny 1 came out and since Destiny 2's release, I actually made a different PSN account at Yogurt, YOGRTT. Go and add me on there. So I wasn't able to get the option of carrying over my character. So from what I understand is that there's this big, and are you going to carry over your character?
Well, yeah, I logged in. I saw my character from the previous Destiny. I'm like, oh, that's fucking tight.
Did you see any cinematic?
No, I saw when you start, it shows you like the dates of like what like the strikes and like the.
That's what I wanted to see. And so is it not a cinematic? It's just a chart.
It just shows you like it's like shows like a picture, kind of like a hand drawn picture of like what mission it was, like nights, like
it was like this is what you did in Destiny 1.
Yeah, like this story, and then like shows you like it was cool, like it showed
you were with and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
was I there?
Like Rise of Iron, and it says show the Rise of Iron, and so like this is when we became Iron Lords, something like that, and then like it showed the name.
We became Iron Lords together in about an hour.
And
fuck that.
And it showed the names like who you played in, and it was like Bodacious Jonah, shout out to Jonah, Yogurt. No, I think your name at the time was
G_3 Easy.
G-Eazy, yeah, 13, and then Nab got 27, and then when I did the raid, it had all I had the group that I was playing with at that time, and it had the date on it too. I'm like, oh, it's fucking tight. Whatever, that's
so
cool.
good. I wish I
continue.
saw that.
Yeah.
I just wish I saw that because it would have brought me back to like this crazy nostalgia of seeing like, you know, Justin and my friend Dylan, and then like seeing you come in there with Rise of Iron, which is like such a big deal to us that it was the worst fucking piece of DLC I've ever experienced.
We're like, what? That's it. That's it.
That was the last time we played Destiny, bro.
Yeah.
We were so sad that was it. That it was just like, fuck you, fuck this, I'm out. Like, that's it. That's it. We got someone in the chat, or is he just trolling?
Nah, I don't know what you're saying.
I'm from Brazil. What's up, dude? In the chat from Brazil. What's up? But I think Destiny 2, not seeing that kind of bummed me out. I had to go through the whole character creator, and then I got super fancy with it. And I was like, oh, I want to have my character look cool, you know? So I just got super grindy on that. Once I got through that, you jump in, super sick ass cinematic. I think the game looks beautiful, but once you start doing the mission, dude, you're just like, oh my god, this is the oh my god, what was that? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's the same fucking shit, man. It felt no different.
Destiny 1.5.
I was so against people saying that, and I hate it. But yes.
Damn. Wow.
Yes. So that's kind of.
Mind you, you've only played
It's
what?
a great. I only played the first mission, and I think I got through like the first section of the second mission. It cut to a scene, and then it was like, all right, Gary, you gotta go to bed, bro. So I went to bed.
Maybe.
Oh no, I can't judge the game right now. But just first impressions, people were right for assuming that because that's kind of consistent with what it was. I tried to stay away from the trailers just because I wanted to. I was super excited, and I am super excited. But holy shit, that's awesome because. I've been telling you that for a long time.
Let's get into this. I want to talk about this after.
We have one more topic of the show.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh wait, are we doing it on the show?
Yeah, we'll do it on the show.
Cool. Destiny 2, it's fundamentally feels better, feels smoother. But what I realized is my fucking controller's broken. So like every time I'd aim, my right stick gets stuck down.
Oh my god.
So when I post the opening cinematic on the channel, you're gonna see some really bad gameplay, and it's gonna be great, dude. It's gonna be great because you're just gonna see my cursor go like aiming super strict, and then I have to bring it down just a little, and it just drops. So that was kind of a pain in the ass, and that probably kind of took me away from it. But it was cool, man. It's just
is it
the first mission ends with a cool cliffhanger, and you're like, okay, this is cool because you never felt a story in Destiny, and this actually did apply a story to Destiny as much as you can without. You know, letting it just be like most of Destiny's stuff, like we're saying with PUBG, is like the experience with our friends and stuff, like being in a fire team with someone and like beating the first raid and like all those you can never get those back. You can never get that feeling back. And that's what makes it. So it's doesn't take the game away from me. It doesn't make me less excited. It just opened my eyes that like, hey, maybe this isn't what you thought was like on the show. I was like, guys, you're all wrong. We're gonna get our faces blown off, and it doesn't seem that way. I'm interested to get into Crucible, see the 4v4 format, and like I think I'm gonna be playing this game for the rest of the year. I really do, but I just don't know how much I'm gonna enjoy my time. So I want to get down with that on you. Like, I want to get down with you on that. Wow, that was weird. What's up? How you doing?
We'll talk about something off. Anyway, so my impressions will be
employers bankrupt.
Yeah, all employers are going bankrupt. They're a potential bankruptcy filing. Interesting. But yeah. So we'll get my impressions next week. Like I said, I was trying to play the previous nights and couldn't play because fucking the servers are awful. Where can I find you, Garrett?
You can follow me on Twitter at Yogurt, YOGRTT, playing Destiny 2 on the PS4. Add me on PSN, Yogurt, YOGRTT. Hey, you can play PUBG with me on Steam. Add me on there, YOGRTT. You can follow me on Instagram, YOORGRRTT.
Oh my god.
And,
I want to talk about this. Wrap it up.
Any music that you would like to get recommended by me, you can go on over to soundcloud.com/inrotation radio station, I believe, and that is it. You
can follow me on Twitter, I_M_jamming 113.
You bitch.
Twitch.tv/NavGod27. I just became a Twitch affiliate. I appreciate all of you. Have a good day, guys.
The $5.
We'll talk to you guys later.
GameFlyOffer.com/endgame.